You've probably seen it on the shelf. That bottle of fish sauce with a thick, amber liquid and a label in a language you can read. But what if I told you it's not just soy sauce with a fishy twist? This isn't just a condiment. It's a living thing, a product of time, patience, and microbial ambition. Every drop is a testament to a process that has been happening for centuries, in kitchens and labs alike. Some say it's about tradition, others about science. Some say it's about flavor, others about purity. But beneath the surface, there's a deeper question. What does it mean to ferment fish sauce, and who gets to decide how it's done? This isn't just about taste. It's about culture, identity, and the ever-evolving story of what we choose to preserve and what we choose to redefine. So, what happens when tradition meets innovation? When the past and the future collide in a bottle? That's the story we are about to uncover. We're talking about a substance that has been slowly turning for centuries. It's not just a condiment, but a living thing. A quiet transformation of fish and salt into something complex, something alive. It's born from a simple recipe: fish, salt, thyme. But the process is anything but simple. It's a slow, silent fermentation, a microbial rebellion that turns decay into something rich and savory. This isn't just about taste. It's about history, about tradition, about the way a single ingredient can carry the weight of generations. It's about how something can be both decay and creation at the same time. And yet, for all its simplicity, it's a point of contention. Different methods, different philosophies, different understandings of what this process should be. It's not just about making sauce. It's about defining what it means to ferment. It's not just about taste. It's about time, patience, and the slow unraveling of life itself. Fermentation is a quiet act of transformation, and fish sauce is its masterpiece. Every drop carries the weight of history, the labor of hands, and the patience of generations. It's a process that refuses to rush, and it demands respect. This isn't just about food. It's about the invisible labor of those who came before, the quiet revolution of preservation, and the way life is transformed into something more than itself. To ignore it is to miss the quiet power of transformation. To care about it is to care about the way we live, the way we preserve, and the way we honor the past in every bite. The first records of fish sauce date back to the 3rd century BCE, when ancient Chinese texts described a briny liquid made from fermented fish and salt. This was more than a seasoning. It was a symbol of survival and connection to the sea. As trade routes expanded, so did the knowledge of fish sauce. By the time of the Han Dynasty, it had become a staple in both Chinese and Southeast Asian kitchens, carried across borders like a shared language. The fermentation process was a sacred act, one that required patience and care. The fish, often mackerel or anchovy, was layered with salt and left to transform in the embrace of time and microbes. In the 19th century, colonial powers began to document and standardize the process. But the essence of fermentation remained deeply tied to local traditions, even as it was commercialized for global markets. Today, the debate over how to make fish sauce, whether to use traditional methods or modern industrial techniques, echoes the same tension between tradition and progress that has defined its history. It's not about making something, it's about waiting. You don't rush the fish. You let it breathe, let it change, let it become something else. You don't control it. You just give it space. The air moves in, the salt holds it, and the time does the rest. The fish doesn't stay the same. It becomes part of something bigger. It becomes the taste of home, the memory of a place, the story of a people. This isn't just food. It's a lesson. A lesson in patience, in letting go, in trusting the process, even when you don't understand it. You don't have to hurry. The world is made of things that take time. Some things are meant to be slow. Some things are meant to be tasted only after waiting. The process begins with a simple yet sacred act: selecting the right fish. It's not just any fish, but a specific kind, usually small, oily, and often caught in briny coastal waters. These fish are then cleaned, gutted, and cut into small pieces, each piece carrying the weight of the sea and the labor of the fisherman. The fish is then placed into a wooden barrel or ceramic jar, a vessel that will hold both the fish and the essence of time itself. Salt is added, not just as a preservative, but as a catalyst, a quiet force that will begin the slow transformation of the fish into something greater. The barrel is then sealed, a final act of trust and patience, as the fish is left to wait, to change, to become something it was never meant to be. And so the first step is done, not just in the preparation of ingredients, but in the acceptance of time as both a force and a friend. The salt draws out the moisture, creating a brine that becomes the lifeblood of the fermentation process. This brine is where the transformation begins, where the fish meets its fate in a slow, patient dance with time. As the salt seeps into the fish, it breaks down the proteins into amino acids, releasing the rich, savory essence that will become the sauce. This is the first stage of decay, the beginning of the alchemy. The microbes convert the proteins into amino acids, which then combine to form glutamate, the molecule responsible for umami, the deep, savory flavor that defines fish sauce. This process is slow, deliberate, and full of quiet transformation. The fish is no longer itself, but its essence is captured, preserved, and given new life through the lens of fermentation. The fermentation is not just a chemical reaction. It is a dialogue between the ingredients and the environment, a quiet negotiation between decay and creation. First stir is more than a step. It's a conversation between the salt and the fish. The brine begins to breathe, releasing the trapped essence of the ocean into the air. This is when the magic begins to unfold. The salt, once a mere preservative, now becomes a catalyst. It's not just about preserving, it's about transformation. The stirring is a ritual, the quiet act of patience. It's not about speed, but about allowing the process to unfold naturally. The fish and salt are not enemies, they are collaborators. Each movement is a breath, each motion a whisper. The brine is not just a medium, it's a living thing, a vessel of memory and mystery, waiting to be awakened. This is the turning point, the moment the brine becomes something more than just a liquid. It becomes a repository of time, of taste, of the quiet work of transformation. The science of fermentation is not just about time, it's about transformation. Microbes breaking down protein, turning fish into something entirely new, something alive in its own right. These microbes work in silence, unseen, yet they hold the power to shape flavor, to create a substance that bridges the ocean and the table. Every drop contains a world, millions of bacteria, molds, and yeasts, all locked in a slow, steady, quiet revolution. It's a process that demands patience, not just from the maker, but from the microbes themselves, who take their time to do their work. In the stillness of the fermentation, there is a kind of reverence, a recognition that life is not always loud, but it is always present. It's like watching a slow, silent storm brew in a jar. The fish and salt are the seeds, and the air is the wind that carries the scent of change. You can't see the lightning, but you can feel the charge. The fermentation is a quiet rebellion, a slow unraveling of the past into something new. It's not about control, it's about surrender. The ingredients don't ask for anything, they just wait, and the process takes over. There's a beauty in the lack of intention. The fish sauce becomes more than the sum of its parts. It's memory, time, and patience all in one bottle. So, in the end, it's not about the fish. It's about the space between them. The space where transformation begins. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. Comment this emoji if you made it to the end.